It all started on March 8 when more than 20,000 members of an urban poor group occupied about 6,000 vacant government housing units in Bulacan. The government then issued notices of eviction, which will lapse by Monday. Now, members of Kadamay are firm they will hold their ground until the end. What will happen next is still uncertain. Asyong and his neighbors in Pandi, Bulacan are cutting off bamboo with their sharp machete. They'll use some as grills for the windows and doors of what they call their new homes, while other portions are assembled as barricades once authorities move in to take over their units.
Sana nga, pag-alis namin bukas, sa Martes, niyawa ang Panginoon na walang masaktan.
He and other members of urban poor group Kadamay are fortifying their defenses by the hour, barricading roads regardless if these are enough to repel the police and military. Housing authorities are firm to carry out what they call the legal eviction of unauthorized occupants, while the National Police is ready to assist to restore order in the occupied areas. But Asyong is also firm they'll fight until the end. After all, they're already pushed against the wall, and they have nowhere else to go.
Hanggat may iwasan ng sakitan, iiwas kami. Pero kung saan nila manggagaling, nasa kanila na po yun.
Kadamay says they're not seeking or inciting any violence. Instead, they're just fighting for justice and their right to free and mass housing.
Kung kinakailangan pong harangan po namin ang mga daan, humiga ang mga kananayan po sa kalsada, gagawin po ang mga anak po namin ang inilalaban namin dito ang aming pamilya.
Latest data shows about 1.5 million families are informal settlers, and more than a third are in the capital. But for some settlers who have been in the area for more than a year say, it's time for Kadamay to go. They say Asyong should also undergo the process of getting the proper documents and pay the monthly amortization of 250 pesos. But Asyong says he was never entertained by authorities before. And the barricades they're setting up, he says, will be their last resort.
Ako nang gigilid ng luha ko kung bakit hindi nila ibigay.
My leaders of Kadamay say they're still willing or they're still open to negotiate with the government as long as they will let them stay in their occupied units. They're also calling on the police and the military to leave the resettlement areas to avoid any tensions from escalating.
Rex, what's the plan of the NHA once they pull the occupants out of the resettlement area?
In their statement, the National Housing Authority says that they can still follow the housing procedures such as filling out the housing information form. Then they will undergo the screening process before they can possibly be awarded and selected for a unit. But so far, only 324 or less than 1% of Kadamay members filled out the housing information form. What's more important is that where the Kadamay members will stay after they could possibly be evicted is something the National Housing Authority has yet to answer.